Let's go. BA would have been perfect right there. What's up? Just watching BA with news. There's a lot of upside. What do I think about NVIDIA? I'd love for it to consolidate a little bit. And then, consolidate a little bit and then take off. You can see how I'm supposed to buy. I think it was reported here. You can see how what you really want is a takeoff and then like a little consolidation down, and you want another push. So that gap up, double inside day, huge push. I mean, it's risky to get in the video because you're buying at all-time high. I still love it. Let's erase all this. I mean, for me to get into it, it'd have to go above here, 310. There's gonna be more quick day trades. NVIDIA definitely will not get lottos on it today because this thing could turn. You can tell NVIDIA they started load about 307 on these puts for 1119. So I mean they got farther outputs. And this thing is, but I mean a good 310. We could see 312 and a half, and then 325. My stop loss would be right here. But the video would be like a later part of the day kind of trade. I don't want to jump in the boat first thing. And that was a crazy move yesterday. AMD, I'm in AMD. I got in before close. Let's see, we need to push past right here. It's 140. If we get the 141, I mean, we could see 144. But you gotta remember, the main thing with AMD was this is what you want. They had solid earnings, killed earnings, and you just had like a little just consolidation, sell off. I mean, it's a good time to get on with super long calls. You know, company good reported. You can tell it bounced right off my daily algo right here, off this 2 dot lines, and it just took. AMD is a good company, and they keep killing it year over year. So I mean, long term, yeah, AMD is good, but I don't see a correction coming until maybe the minutes and then quad witching. American Airlines, American Airlines and airlines, because like apparently the company or the country is reopening a little bit more. I'm gonna try to find the exact news. Oh, yeah, the dollar index raised to a 1-year high. Let me try to find this news. Yeah, Pfizer had good news, which is dumping all the other pharmaceuticals. Delta bookings surged 450% with U.S. reopening. So I guess Delta had earnings, which no, Delta just reported that their bookings went up 450%, which is crazy. So that's pushing all the airlines, which could kind of hurt tech a little bit. But ATVI, apparently Modern Warfare, is out. Can keep that on watch for like a little tiny spike. PFE pumped. Moderna dumped. Of course, Moderna 247 I say would be my buy, but I mean, this thing, you're gonna have a dead cat bounce today. I mean, we do have a gap fill on the daily. Kind of nervous right here. This probably, man, if this fills the gap at 261, this thing was what? Almost 500. That's crazy. That's what's going on with American Airlines. What do you think about Penn? DraftKings. I didn't really read into DraftKings. Earnings. Apparently they went down, but Penn's not doing what I thought it would do. I thought it would run up with the NFL season. You're gonna have, you're out of this algo zone. Definitely, we have a dead cat bounce. If you want to shoot leaps or whatever, you could probably get back to 70. But overall, I mean, this thing's all betting took a hit yesterday, and we dropped. We're back to last November. You're definitely trying to catch the knife on this one. I would not try to swing weeklies or next week's. I'd definitely look into December, January on these. Dollar indexes. So watch the VIX. We're almost at pre-COVID on the VIX, which is crazy with all this tapering stuff going on. We're actually going down. No complaints there. Some stuff on my watch list today. Let's see what I got. Piton, do not even try to look at Piton. Personally, if a company lowers their outlook for next year or has a bad outlook, that's not something you want to get into. That's what most investors are looking at. Definitely not something I want to look to. Let's see. Watch list. Chewy. We are in Chewy, but you can still get in Chewy. We got a pre-market prep. Boom. Do we go down to 73.04? Bounce up. What do we do? 73.40. Bounce up. We do have this gap fill at 81.37. It might test it, reject it, and then go. Seems like a lot of stocks are starting to do that. They want to test the cap and then kind of come down, get more volume, and then go. And they got the 86. So I mean, you can definitely get December, January, but I mean, this is a what you call inverse head and shoulders right here. Blah 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 blah. That's definitely on my watch just for that gap fill attempt. Hold on, I got a phone call. Give me 1 second. Hello? I gotta look today. Love you, bye. Can you text me? I'm doing something. Okay. Alright, love you. Bye. Alright, I'm back. I don't know how to mute on this thing. Coin was another thing I wanted to look at. This 346 was my trigger. I would like for it to come back and test it, which is kind of just hanging out over here. But overall, I mean 346. The main move was right here, just a little downtrend break, huge push up. But I mean, Bitcoin wants to keep pushing. You could definitely coin's just peaceful. Could be a nice run up to earnings next week. Just want to see dark pools. Oh, there's okay. Before I had nothing. That's coin. Facebook is past my trigger. Had this 337.26, but it pushed past. But it's kind of making a little support right here. I had 340. I'm actually gonna push that down. We could see 341 and then 351. Let's go on 6 minute. Let's see 6 minute. We could possibly hiccup there. Actually, I'll push that one down. So if it passed these two, that'd be a nice call. I think Facebook, when they switch over their name and everything, I think it's going to push really hard. This is a good time to get into, December calls, because they're going to switch your name December 1st. I think that's going to be a lot of news to have it push. That's just my personal opinion. I also got GM right at my trigger. This 59.13 seems like a good resistance right here. Of course, the move was this downtrend break. Came down, tested it, bounced up here, came down. Nice huge push yesterday. We could see we're kind of overextended a little bit, but we can see 59.59 and then 60.43. How's the video looking today? Breakout. I'm not messing with the video, Greg. If I do, it's gonna be a quick. I'm not messing with it until it pushes that all-time high. I'd love for it to consolidate a little bit and then push again, just like how it's been doing. On every move, you have a move up, you consolidate sideways, push up. I made my money in the video. There's no reason to try to force more trades into it. If you do not get, I will not get weeklies in the video. But I mean, we're still a buy. I mean, I still have a big buy signal on it. I got Google. Let's see if Google could push 3,000. There's 299.489 hit it perfectly yesterday. We can see 13.17. Yeah, 13.13. So I mean, this is pretty solid. I need to get past this psychological number of that 3,000. This thing could really push. Google's always fun. AMD, not gonna do what I want it to do. Oh, I might. Put it's closed yesterday. I want a red to green day. So let's see if we can get it to bounce off 136.76. and then go. This thing's been doing this every day. Red to green, go. Yesterday, what we do? Quick red, bounce off support, go. Wednesday, red, go. Day before, red, go. So, I mean, AMD, this is what you want to watch, you know, red, go. I mean, this thing's, you know, red pop. So it kind of sells off first thing and then goes. So that's definitely what I'm looking at. I want to sell off a little bit and then go. But of course, we're at all-time highs, but AMD is beautiful. AB&B killed earnings. I sold my call, sad. But I want to see, like we did last week and kill them with a little dip and rip. Let's see if we could bounce, you know, I'll make a box. Let's see if we could kind of like have people take profit to this zone, 182, and then go. We saw this with Tesla, Shop, other stocks. We saw tech last week would just slowly drop and then just take off. Amazon did it. All the big tech companies did that last week. UPS sets a quarterly dividend at 1.02. Definitely keep a watch. Sometimes dividends, if it's reported very well, you'll see a good stock push. If it's just a normal dividend, you'll have a dividend price where it consolidates down. I guess people will start selling out from that dividend, get another one, and then the next day is the day you want to get into it because you have the dividend price. So that's something you always want to look at. Dividend. Let's see what they did on their last dividend. Right here you can see it, you know, the next day, and they went up, back down. Okay. I wrote, I think any AMD pullback is a long-term buy. Kroger had news. Well, they're going to accept Bitcoin, and then they said that the report's fraudulent. So I'm definitely not messing with that. Non-payroll and everything, news came out this morning, pretty good. VIX going down. Just go through some more tickers. Affirm, keep an eye on Affirm over this high yesterday. I'm actually going to set an alert for me. Alert. I set alerts for this, goes my Discord, and then when the alert goes off, I look at the ticker. But definitely calls on watch over this high. Just the previous, good thing to always look at, guys, is just consolidation. You want to find stocks that just consolidate above all-time highs, and then you're gonna see a push. But yeah, definitely look at Affirm. Affirm's always fun. Chewy, I said long-term. eBay. I'm in a Neo call. I'll probably take profits today. We're just riding this up right now. So let's keep that going. Need to break above this right here, 43.73. Apple. Yeah, I'll do Apple right now, or I'll do Apple when I get to it. QQ. I said I'm on Twitter 400 yesterday, and we got a high of 437 overnight, but 399.20, which is pretty solid. I mean, I predicted 400. It's pretty cool. Spies looking good. I wonder if financials are doing good. Let me go to heat map. Premarket change. You can tell, look at that right there. That's all because that Pfizer news. So everything else is taking a dump. Pfizer's pushing. Yeah, so don't mess with health today. Tech's kind of back, but finance, yeah, banks are kind of looking good. MasterCard. The ones I'd go for is Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan is the ones I prefer. Wow. Okay, Square. Huh. Wonder why Square did that. I don't mind it. I'm in calls. Twilio. I think Twilio is a good long time. I mean, we're gonna push this huge gap. I think I'm in maybe December calls. I got on that dip yesterday. I tried timing that dip. Pretty good. Apple just needs a break. You can see in this algo. Let's see what right here. This uptrend, kind of this shark. We call it shark teeth. Needs a break through this. It's having a hard time. But once it breaks through that, I mean, the next one's right up here. I mean, you can see 155. Apple's just consolidating. Apple's one thing you just you want to see what it's definitely inside week. That's something I always like watching inside weeks, inside days on Apple. But we need to hold right here. This is not would be my support on the daily 149.57. But I mean, Apple's cheap to get long term. There's no reason to get weeklies in Apple, get next week's in Apple. I mean, go December, average down when you need to, when you see the reversal coming, and you make pretty good money. There's no I mean, with tech pushing Apple, Apple's gonna push. We haven't hit all-time highs. It's actually lagging behind most of tech. Most techs already made that correction and pushed all-time highs, which is very interesting. So I think it's just a little bit behind, but it does have a huge market cap. So that's going to definitely be a thing to watch. Amazon, I want to get in Amazon with this break. I should have got next week's Amazon held, but here's the shark teeth. We broke past it yesterday. We're holding, so let's see if we can hold this. It'd be a nice lotto. Definitely look at this for a lotto. Definitely, if it could break past that 3,500, just mental number. Money market makers like whole numbers. You gotta remember that. They're gonna watch this mental number 3,500. So I mean, if it definitely breaks past that, we could see 35.32. Let's see on the 6 minute, yeah, 35.32, and then 35.45. But you can tell we're kind of consolidating, but definitely be a nice support bounce if we get there. Facebook, I'm getting into Facebook today. FedEx, we have a long call on FedEx. We're in the gap again. You can tell this is what I'm talking about, the gap bounce. You'll usually have a bounce and then a go. But FedEx is looking good. Microsoft, these things are just going to keep going. Probably not, I mean, 338 above, I'd mess with Microsoft. Shop, not messing with Netflix is just sad. I mean, I'm in a call. I took a loss on it, but at 640 would be the perfect bounce for me. 640, 641 would be a perfect bounce. Maybe at like 647. So about this range. I would love to have a bounce. It's more upside. Nike, I even watched Nike. Oh man, missed out on that one big time. Here we go, hit my resistance right here. Kind of just consolidated inside day and then pushed. Definitely, if you guys have a screener for inside days, definitely keep those on watch. It's just consolidation. Tesla. What I'm watching Tesla's right here. This little downtrend. I'll move it down to here. We're holding this one. But honestly, there's not much upside to it. And we can see 1275. but not messing with this. X, I'm gonna call. I'm just watch Boeing. Definitely keep Boeing on watch. Usually it pushes first part of the day and then falls second. So it could be a nice lotto, especially if we pass this 219. We can see 223, but Boeing likes to just run. So definitely watch for it to just keep running. If you guys have any charts, just write in the chat. CRM dropped. Huh. I was going to get in CRM yesterday. Dash, DraftKings is making it up. mRNA 247 was my buy, but like I said, I mean, I think this is going to start going to this gap. This could be 260 when it almost hit 500. That's crazy. But it does now have two gaps above. MU could be a really nice if you guys aren't, if you guys want to do the AMD Nvidia, you got MU right here. This downtrend held it yesterday. It just needs to get pat. These are old resistances and supports. I wouldn't follow these, but definitely like this 74 area would be my next support, and then we can push all the way to 83. But this is just lagging behind. The reason I knew AMD, if you guys don't know, AMD and Nvidia would break out right here. Soxel, you guys gotta keep your this is semiconductor ETF right here, Soxel, and you could tell it broke out here. I'll turn SE off so you guys, it's primed to break out, and it's gonna bring everything with it. It's still going up. mRNA dumped. New, I'm gonna call. It's just a consolidation. Pins is in my support, but they also lost their new customer gain went down, which caused them they gap down like this last time, and they actually lost 2% more than last time. So I love pins, but it's all about the future. And pins, I made so much money off Snap, but Snap's just not reporting what they used to. PayPal. If you guys aren't in PayPal, I think PayPal bounces soon. I mean, this thing's so oversold. You can tell my algo. We need to hold this downtrend green, and then we can see 237. I mean, this has plenty of upside. This white in the middle is the mean. So usually with my algo, everything wants to revert back to the mean, just like the VWAP. If we're way above VWAP, eventually the stock's gonna go back to the VWAP. Some people say about the 50 EMA, So what you want to do is you want to buy down here. When the stock's down here, you have a greater chance of it going back to the mean. When a stock's way up here, you have a better chance of it going down. But of course, you can continue to keep going up. It's not perfect. Because on PayPal you could go to any certain charts, and they're, this one's not in the green. This one's in the green. Like Tesla's been in the red forever. It's above the red right here. Eventually it will go back, and it will go back down to 800. It's just take a time. It's a matter of time. Roku, I hope y'all didn't get faked out on Roku yesterday. It was just market makers trying to make their money back. They spiked up, bounced right off the low, and came right back down. Roku growth is horrible. Nothing. I'm not messing with Roku anymore. That's about it. Let's see some pre-market. This is how I do my screener. It's free through TradingView. You got pre-market volume. I like to look at the pre-market volume. See some out of the ordinary stocks that are on high pre-market volume. Like of course Ford's always going to be up there. Apple's always up there. SpyQ, these things are always up there. But you want to watch stocks that are out of the ordinary, like Nvidia, Uber, pretty out of the ordinary right here. So definitely keep Uber on watch. What I used to do is take it over that pre-market high. AMC, cruise lines. So watch cruise lines and airlines today. DraftKings, probably a sell-off. mRNA, I might get puts in mRNA. I don't know. I think we might have a dead cat bounce and then go. Piton down 34%. It's crazy. Volume, and I always like to look at the change. Bill had earnings, D-Dog earnings, Pfizer news, net earnings, airlines and cruise lines because we're starting to open back up. And then during the day, this is how I use this. I keep this on 15-minute. And I go relative volume. So you can tell the relative volume on a 15-minute candle previous to previous candles. So you can tell at the end of the day, Johnson & Johnson had 13. Their relative volume was huge. These are huge. Probably people just selling off. Probably because they knew something with Pfizer. And I always like to keep it on 15-minute. See these 15-minute spikes. You can see a stock go from 5%, and then I'm like, oh wait, AMC's up 5%, and I go look at it. I'm like, oh, boom, simple. End of the day, that nice push. I mean, this is free. It's a pretty simple scanner. Just do relative volume in 15 minutes. Sometimes I drop down to 5-minute. Just trying to see jumps. Let's just go to the heat map. They also have this heat map, which is pretty cool. This beats FinViz because you go pre-market change, and I like to change it to 0.25 to make it kind of more obvious. Keep oil on watch today. We had that huge drop, and it seems like we're rebounding a little bit. Oops, didn't mean to go that one. But yeah, definitely tech. Just be careful with tech. Definitely do, guys. If you guys do lottos, weeklies, be smart about it. If you guys are not doing well this week, go farther out. If I alert something next week, it goes the 17th. Go December. Like, you could still make money. You're still gonna make money. You're just not gonna get that huge percentage, but your risk is way down. I see a lot of people, hurting this week. It's a really good week in the market, and they tell me what they're doing. They're doing all weeklies. I'm like, well, that's they're working full-time job doing all weekly. So, well, that's the problem. Like, go farther out. Everyone wants that huge 1,000% win, but be smart. Play like it's your last $100. Play like it's your last $1,000. Like, you're not just gonna give away $200. It's crazy. I mean, it's not really money you could hold. It's stock market money. Definitely, if you're having a harder time, go farther out. I just want to see some huge dark pool. Nvidia 44 million, Big America 27 million. See XOM. Oil is getting big ones. Dark pools could be buys or sells, so you definitely want to keep that in watch. LVS 30, 40. That's about it I have. I'm gonna get ready for open. So look at futures one more time. Yeah, we're pumping. I had this rising wedge. I was like, this thing's gonna be scary. We destroyed it. But good luck to guys. Like I said, if you guys are hurting, go farther out. Go closer to the strike. You're not gonna get that percentage win, but you're gonna get that dollar win. Sometimes it's all about that dollars. It's not about that 100% win. I'd rather get a $100 gain. A 20%